You look and you marvel. The Pantheon is one of the great buildings from antiquity and one of the best preserved, a triumph of Roman architecture. The idea was to strike awe, and that's what it's been doing for the best part of 2,000 years. The Emperor Hadrian, who built it, spent extravagantly. Just look at the columns in the portico. White marble bases come from Greece. The marble capitals right at the top are from northern Italy. And the shafts themselves are granite, and they come from Egypt, from the imperial quarries. Just imagine how they got here, across the desert, across the sea, and up the river Tiber. They come from single blocks of stone. They each weigh about 100 tons. A magnificent, if conventional, temple on the outside, but that said, nothing prepares you for the grandeur of what's inside. It's taken weeks to get permission to film, but it's inside where our story really gets intriguing, where we get to rethink what the Pantheon is about. The eye is immediately drawn to the domed roof, and to another eye, the so-called oculus, some 9 meters across and the only light source. Scholars have long struggled to explain why it's there, but now we've been offered a stunning new theory. It comes from a relatively new field of science, archaeoastronomy, the study of ancient monuments and the heavens. Giulio Magli is a professor at Milan Polytechnic. One thing about the building struck him immediately.
You will never see the facade of the Pantheon illuminated by the sun.
That's extraordinary.
It's extraordinary. It's extraordinary. It gives you a sense of cold. It's like the monument is cold. The monument is, in principle, unfriendly. The key to this unfriendly behavior of the monument is precisely the role of the sun inside the monument.
The fact is, unusually for a Roman temple, the Pantheon faces north. Yeah. The tourists will always be better lit than the shadowy monument behind them. Professor Magli and a classics professor from New Zealand's Otago University, Robert Hanna, analysed the movement of the light beam inside, and they concluded that the Pantheon acted for ancient Romans as a sort of colossal sundial. It's self-evident that the Pantheon was exactingly engineered. Having just discovered concrete, the Romans used it to construct the largest dome known to man. The hole in the roof had a purpose. The architect was orchestrating the light. In autumn and winter, it illuminated upper parts of the dome. In spring and summer, it moved down to the floor. But what really excited our two professors was what happened at the March equinox. At noon precisely, the beam hit the grille above the entrance door and lit up the portico. The equinox was when the Roman emperor was perceived to join the gods himself. We don't believe anyone has ever filmed this phenomenon before. The beam gradually migrating across the dome to the arch above the door. For a fleeting moment, it's like a spotlight. The arch is precisely outlined. The light then filters through the grille, and ultimately on April the 21st, the traditional date for the foundation of Rome, it floods the portico. The professor and I moved out of the shadows and into a pool of brilliant April sunshine.
The emperor, we think, was entering the Pantheon, invited by the sun. The sun was, in a sense, himself, because he was deified already in life.
So Hadrian would have passed through this door at this time of year?
Yeah, we think so, yeah. But when you discover a sun alignment, or when you claim that the sun alignment was intentional, was built in the project of the building, and you can check this as we are doing now, it's fantastic.
The sun's cycle was heavy with symbolism for ancient Romans. It seems the Pantheon, with its shallow dome, was designed to follow that cycle, not for precise timekeeping in any modern sense, but to mark key dates in the Roman calendar.